Alright guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to show you the quickest, easiest, and cheapest way to go tubeless. I've converted the tubeless many different ways, and this system always seems to work for me, and it costs extremely little. So let's get into it. What you're going to need is your tire and tube, tubeless sealant, scissors, tire levers, tape, and some sort of thing to clean the rim. Isopropyl alcohol works, and obviously a pump. Alright, so we'll start off by just letting the air and getting the tube out of the tire. Take the valve, place it aside, let all the air out. We'll start opposite the valve core, unseat the tire from the bead all the way around. On the other side too. Push it to the center of the rim. Makes it a lot easier to get off. And then grab your tire lever. Get that first side of the tire off. Go ahead, find where the valve is, pull your tube off, and set it aside. Be careful not to mess up the valve. Take your tire, finish taking that off, and then you can go ahead and remove the rim strip. Set that aside for another day if you ever need it. On to the next step. Alright, so what we'll go ahead and do next is we're going to clean the rim. Just grab any rag, spray a little isopropyl alcohol on it, or any other type of cleaner. Just run it around the whole rim. This is so when we put the tape on, it sticks well and forms a good seal so we don't let any air out. Make sure, if you can, to try and get right where the bead hook is so you get a good seal. Doesn't hurt to clean on the outside of the rim either so it doesn't get contaminated. There it is, nice and clean. Get the tape out. Alright guys, so now we're going to tape it up. I like to use the Gorilla Tape, 25mm width. You can buy the fatter rolls, and if your rims are wider, like in the 30mm internal range, you can use that, but this stuff works perfectly. So I like to start opposite of the valve hole, right by the rim weld, and just make sure it's nice and squared up, nice and central. And as you go around, apply a good amount of tension around the entire rim. As you go, just try and press it down a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect the first time around, but you want it as evenly spaced as possible, and you want to sit down into the rim bed if you can. It's a lot cheaper to use this than the stance tape. It's like $5 versus 20, and I've used it plenty times and had it in the rim for a whole year with no issues whatsoever. So that's what I go to now. Alright, this is the step right here that's going to save you a lot of money, and it gives you a use for your old tube. So instead of buying $15, $20 valves, you can just cut out the old one and just cut it not extremely close, but a fair deal of the old tube out to get as close to it as you can without compromising its sealing abilities.